Ladies and gentlemen, we spend our lives in pursuit of happiness, trying to reach some elusive point of contentment. But here's the catch: happiness isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. It's not found by focusing on the destination, but by embracing the journey. Purpose is the cornerstone of a fulfilled life. It's not just a matter of what you do, it's why you do it. Too often, we get caught up in the external markers of success. We look to titles, material possessions, or milestones as indicators of our worth or our happiness. But these are external measures, transient in nature, and if that's all we have, we are left chasing empty goals. When our purpose is clear, everything we do, every decision, every action is influenced by this deeper sense of meaning. It's the fuel that propels us even through times of difficulty. And it's the thread that connects everything we care about. Finding your purpose isn't a one-time event, nor is it a simple answer to a single question. It's a continual process of discovery, reflection, and realignment. Many people spend their lives seeking purpose, thinking that it's a destination, something fixed or static. The truth is, purpose evolves as we do. It grows with our experiences and changes with the challenges we face. It shifts as we learn more about ourselves, as we find new passions, or as we adjust our goals based on the life lessons we acquire. But no matter how it shifts, purpose always provides direction. Without purpose, we are left to wander aimlessly, pulled by external circumstances rather than a guiding vision. Purpose serves as a powerful filter that helps us prioritize. When we have a sense of why we do what we do, it naturally weeds out distractions and things that don't contribute to our bigger picture. It helps us say no to opportunities that may seem appealing but ultimately don't align with our deeper sense of self. Likewise, it pushes us toward activities and relationships that nourish us and bring us closer to who we are meant to become. Every choice becomes clearer, each decision easier, because we are rooted in something more meaningful. It's easy to confuse success with purpose, thinking that achieving a particular goal or receiving a reward equals fulfillment. Many individuals measure their purpose by the standards set by society, judging their progress by how closely they resemble the lives of others, usually the most visible or seemingly successful among them. But purpose isn't about impressing others. It's not about competition, about climbing to the top of a ladder others created. It's about understanding what is important to you at your deepest level and aligning all your actions with that understanding. We also often think of purpose in purely professional terms. Our job, career, or business can become a symbol of fulfillment and meaning. But purpose spans much further than what we do to make a living. It involves everything from the way we choose to interact with others to the way we care for ourselves and contribute to the world around us. The people we love, the causes we support, the way we spend our free time, all of these are interconnected with our purpose. A person with a strong sense of purpose has clarity across all areas of their life, not just one. Whether they are at home or at work, their purpose directs their actions, making everything they do feel like an extension of something larger. What's even more powerful is the impact having purpose has on the way we face challenges. Adversity has a way of stripping away the trivial, forcing us to confront what truly matters. When life throws hardships our way, the need for a solid sense of purpose becomes most apparent. It's our why that will pull us through when we're tired or discouraged, when we want to give up, or when the road ahead seems insurmountable. People who are deeply connected to their purpose are better able to weather storms. They don't collapse at the first sign of trouble because their focus is firmly on what lies ahead, not the roadblock in the immediate vicinity. In contrast, when we live without purpose, we are easily swept away by life's challenges. Without that anchor, we are more likely to get bogged down in the small frustrations, to become distracted by temporary setbacks, or to give up altogether when things aren't going as planned. Purpose holds us steady through times of uncertainty. It reminds us why we must keep going, even when the world around us suggests otherwise. Moreover, living with purpose makes us more attuned to our surroundings. When we understand our personal mission, we can better see how the events and people we encounter fit into the bigger picture of our lives. We develop a sense of curiosity and interest about the world because we know that everything we encounter plays a part in shaping who we are. Instead of waiting for things to happen to us, we start engaging with our environments, searching for new insights and experiences that support and strengthen our sense of purpose. Purpose transforms our work from a mere job into a calling. When we do something because it aligns with our why, our actions have an inherent sense of fulfillment that's independent of external validation or recognition. There's a quiet contentment that arises when we know we're doing work that matters to us, regardless of how the world may view it. Purpose helps us transcend the ordinary and brings deeper satisfaction to even the smallest tasks. Human connection is one of the most powerful drivers of happiness. We are social beings by nature, wired to form bonds with others. From the moment we are born, we seek connection, and it shapes everything about us, our actions, our emotions, our thoughts. Yet in today's world, with all its distractions, pressures, and ever-evolving technologies, genuine human connection has become harder to maintain. Many of us find ourselves feeling more isolated, more disconnected, despite the fact that we are constantly in touch with others. But the key to happiness is not in the quantity of our connections, but in the quality of them. Meaningful relationships are the foundation of fulfillment, and it's through connecting with others in authentic, empathetic ways that we truly unlock happiness. When we talk about connection, we're talking about more than just having friends or family around us. It's not enough to simply have people physically present in our lives. Connection, true connection, requires vulnerability, understanding, and shared experiences. We live in an age where social media platforms, texting, and emails give us an illusion of connection. We can appear to be in constant contact with others, yet these interactions are often shallow, one-dimensional. They lack the depth and emotional resonance that truly nourishing relationships bring. The essence of true connection lies in being present with the people in our lives. It's about listening deeply, not just hearing words. When we listen with our full attention, when we put away the distractions and truly engage, we are telling the other person, "You matter." It's in these moments, these deep interactions, that our sense of belonging grows, and so does our happiness. Being genuinely present also means accepting others without judgment and being willing to share not just our successes, but also our struggles. Vulnerability allows people to connect on a deeper level. When we show up as our authentic selves, we create space for others to do the same. This mutual openness fosters trust, a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Connection, when it's genuine, gives us a sense of purpose. It reinforces that we are not alone in this world, that we are seen, that we matter. The sense of being understood, supported, and appreciated is essential for our mental and emotional well-being. We cannot thrive if we feel invisible. Connection reminds us that we are important, that there is someone who cares, and that our lives have meaning in the context of shared human experiences. The power of connection lies in the simple moments of reassurance, whether it's a comforting hand on the shoulder, a word of encouragement, or the feeling that someone truly sees us for who we are, flaws and all. The ability to connect doesn't just enhance our personal happiness, it also brings joy to others. When we invest in the well-being of those around us, when we help others, celebrate their successes, and be there for them in times of need, we create a ripple effect. Our happiness isn't a solitary experience, it's intertwined with the joy and suffering of others. The relationships we nurture become a shared source of joy. And because connection is reciprocal, the more we put into it, the more we receive back in return. However, it's also important to recognize the types of relationships we engage in. Some connections may not be healthy, and sustaining them can drain us emotionally, physically, and mentally. Surrounding ourselves with people who are negative, critical, or indifferent to our well-being only serves to diminish our happiness. It's crucial to identify those relationships that foster positivity, support, and encouragement. Conversely, we must also be willing to let go of toxic relationships that prevent our growth. True connection doesn't mean staying in relationships that harm us. In fact, fostering healthy connections often involves setting boundaries with people who continuously diminish our energy. To cultivate meaningful relationships, it also requires effort. Like anything worthwhile, maintaining connection takes time and intention. It can be too easy to neglect people in our busy lives or to take them for granted. Relationships need to be nurtured just as we would take care of any other precious aspect of our lives, by showing up consistently, by offering kindness, by engaging in activities that allow us to connect on a deeper level. Taking the time to call someone, to listen to their concerns, to spend quality time together builds stronger bonds and deeper trust. Small acts of care and love create powerful connection. The more intentional we are with those around us, the more enriched our relationships and our happiness become. Ultimately, the most profound way to connect with others is through shared experiences. When we collaborate, explore, and participate in activities together, we strengthen our bond. Doing meaningful work together, Whether that's through family gatherings, communal goals, or shared passions, creates lasting memories and ties that extend far beyond the moment. These moments of togetherness form the scaffolding of joy. They remind us that life is about the relationships we build, the lives we touch, and the memories we create. In times of trouble, the power of connection is especially evident. Knowing that we have someone we can turn to, someone who supports us without judgment, who offers help or even just understanding, can make all the difference. Connection offers us a lifeline when we are overwhelmed or down. Happiness isn't found in solitude in times of hardship, it's found in togetherness, in knowing that there is someone who will stand with us no matter how tough the road ahead may seem. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices we can embrace in our lives. Yet it's often overlooked or treated as a mere formality. We tend to focus on what we don't have, what we're lacking, or what isn't going right, which breeds discontentment and dissatisfaction. In contrast, practicing gratitude shifts our attention away from scarcity and toward abundance. It changes our perspective, recentering us on the good, the positive, and the meaningful moments we often take for granted. By consciously and regularly acknowledging the things we are thankful for, we begin to build a mindset that fosters happiness and well-being. When we cultivate gratitude, we are choosing to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, rather than constantly comparing ourselves to others or measuring our worth by what we still lack. It's too easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need more to be happy: a bigger house, a newer car, a better job, more followers, or more recognition. But these external markers never bring lasting happiness. True contentment arises when we acknowledge and appreciate what we already have. Whether it's our health, the relationships we share, the small everyday comforts, or simply the ability to experience life itself, gratitude encourages us to recognize the value in these often overlooked blessings. Gratitude helps reframe our perceptions. In a world driven by an endless pursuit of success, the hustle can often cloud our ability to enjoy the present moment. We become so focused on what's next that we miss the beauty and significance of what's right in front of us. When we practice gratitude, we learn to pause and reflect on the goodness around us. Instead of focusing on the things we want to achieve or the obstacles we face, we focus on what has gone well, the people who support us, and the kindness we've experienced. This shift in focus has a profound impact on our mental and emotional state, helping us feel more grounded and less overwhelmed by the demands of life. A gratitude practice also provides an antidote to stress. It's easy to become absorbed by the pressures we encounter in our daily lives: work, family responsibilities, social obligations, financial strain. But when we consciously choose to focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Research has shown that practicing gratitude reduces levels of cortisol, the hormone linked to stress, and promotes feelings of relaxation and calm. By choosing to focus on what we appreciate rather than what's causing us distress, we begin to create a buffer against negative emotions. Over time, this helps us develop a greater sense of inner peace and resilience, enabling us to face challenges with more clarity and composure. Gratitude is also a powerful force in shaping our relationships. When we express appreciation for others, whether for their help, kindness, or simply for being in our lives, we deepen our bonds with them. People are more likely to feel valued and loved when we take the time to express gratitude, and this in turn creates stronger, more positive connections. Simply saying thank you or acknowledging someone's effort can make all the difference. In relationships where appreciation is mutual, trust and respect flourish. Gratitude fosters empathy, understanding, and a shared sense of happiness, allowing relationships to thrive even in the face of challenges. The act of expressing gratitude doesn't just benefit our connections with others, it also enhances our relationship with ourselves. When we take a moment each day to reflect on the things we are thankful for, we become more attuned to the ways in which we have supported our own growth. We acknowledge our own resilience, strength, and progress, recognizing that we too have played a role in creating a life worth appreciating. This self-recognition fosters self-esteem and self-compassion, helping us approach ourselves with more kindness. Instead of focusing on our shortcomings, flaws, or mistakes, gratitude allows us to celebrate our achievements, no matter how small they may seem. This mindset encourages us to approach challenges not with shame or guilt, but with a sense of confidence and appreciation for our own capacity to overcome. Gratitude also increases our awareness of the simple pleasures that surround us. In a world constantly focused on acquiring more, we often forget the beauty that already exists within our reach. Whether it's the sound of birds chirping outside our window, the feeling of sunlight on our face, or the joy of sharing a laugh with a friend, these small moments are the building blocks of a happy life. Gratitude enhances our ability to notice these subtle sources of joy and gives them meaning. When we express thanks for the small moments, we start to see them for what they truly are, gifts that make life richer and more fulfilling. It reminds us that happiness doesn't always come from grand achievements or possessions, but from the everyday moments that make life meaningful. In addition, cultivating gratitude increases our sense of resilience. Life is unpredictable, and it's inevitable that we will encounter challenges, setbacks, and moments of hardship. During times of adversity, it can be incredibly difficult to see beyond the struggle. However, when we practice gratitude even in difficult times, we can find the strength to endure and grow. Instead of becoming consumed by frustration or defeat, gratitude helps us stay grounded, reminding us that there is always something to be thankful for, even in the darkest of moments. This practice not only helps us remain hopeful, but it also cultivates a mindset of learning, growth, and possibility. Gratitude is a practice that shifts the way we perceive our lives. It teaches us that happiness doesn't lie in accumulating more things, achieving external success, or reaching some future goal. Happiness is found right here, in the present moment, when we take the time to acknowledge the good, the positive, and the meaningful. Gratitude fosters joy, cultivates positivity, and helps us appreciate the beauty of life that already exists. It reminds us that we already have enough, and by focusing on what we are grateful for, we unlock the path to a more fulfilling and joyful existence. Resilience is one of the most powerful traits we can develop in our journey through life. It's often not a matter of avoiding hardships or difficulties, but about how we respond to them. Life can be unpredictable and, at times, painful. Whether it's an unexpected setback, a personal loss, or a challenge that pushes us to our limits, adversity is an inescapable part of being human. But resilience, the ability to withstand, adapt, and even thrive in the face of adversity, gives us the strength to not only endure but also grow stronger through our experiences. Resilience begins with our mindset. It's how we perceive obstacles in our lives. A resilient person doesn't see a challenge as an insurmountable barrier, but as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. This shift in perspective is critical. When facing difficult situations, our natural instinct can often be to feel overwhelmed, defeated, or hopeless. Yet resilience asks us to step back and assess the situation differently. It teaches us that struggles are not personal failings, but a universal part of the human experience that everyone encounters at some point. Through resilience, we learn that difficulty is not the end of the story, but the beginning of an opportunity for personal development. Part of building resilience is developing the ability to be adaptable. Life's challenges often don't come with a manual, and the best laid plans can sometimes fall apart in an instant. However, resilient individuals are able to pivot when things don't go as expected. They are not rigid in their thinking or their approach, but are open to new solutions and alternatives. Adaptability allows us to flow with the circumstances rather than resisting them. When we are able to be flexible in our responses to setbacks, we reduce the emotional drain that comes with trying to force things to go a certain way. Instead, we focus on what we can control and take deliberate action toward finding a path forward. At the heart of resilience is hope. Even in the darkest moments, resilient individuals find reasons to keep moving forward. Hope acts as an anchor, preventing despair from taking over. It's the belief that things will get better, that the current hardship is temporary, and that we are capable of overcoming it. Hope fuels determination and action. When we hold on to hope, it becomes much easier to focus on what we can do rather than on the things that feel outside of our control. Hope brings clarity and gives us the energy to push through difficult times, knowing that perseverance can yield positive results even when progress seems slow or invisible. In addition to mindset and adaptability, resilience involves seeking support. The road to resilience is not a solitary one, and there is no shame in asking for help when we need it. Human connection plays a critical role in building resilience. We are wired to be social creatures, and when we lean on others, we enhance our emotional strength and resilience. Sharing our struggles with a trusted friend, family member, or or therapist doesn't make us weak. It's a courageous and essential part of the process. In fact, sometimes the most resilient people are those who allow themselves to be vulnerable and rely on the support of others in times of crisis. Self-care also plays a vital role in resilience. It's easy to get consumed by the pressure to push through challenges and to neglect our physical, emotional, or mental needs. However, resilience is not about brute force. It's about strength with balance. Taking care of ourselves ensures that we are better able to handle stress, setbacks, and adversity. Exercise, sleep, nutrition, and mindfulness practices are all crucial components of resilience. They help maintain our mental and physical health and ensure that we have the energy and focus needed to face the difficulties ahead. Gratitude and positive thinking are other important factors in fostering resilience. While it might seem counterintuitive to focus on the positive during a time of hardship, it actually helps bolster our strength. Being thankful for what we still have, for the lessons we've learned, and for the progress we've made even in small increments creates a powerful sense of empowerment. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring the negative aspects of a situation. It's about balancing our awareness of both the challenges and the blessings in our lives. This mindset allows us to keep perspective, prevents us from feeling overwhelmed by difficulties, and enables us to maintain the emotional endurance needed to persist. Resilience is not a fixed trait, it's something that can be cultivated over time. By actively developing a resilient mindset, embracing challenges as opportunities, seeking support, taking care of ourselves, and maintaining hope, we can strengthen our ability to thrive in adversity. The more we practice resilience, the more natural it becomes to face difficulties with a sense of determination and optimism. This resilience doesn't eliminate hardship, rather, it enables us to confront it with confidence, knowing that we are capable of navigating the storm and coming out the other side stronger than before. The key to resilience is not how we avoid hardship, but how we rise after it. Simplicity is often considered an antidote to the complexity of modern life. In a world that's increasingly overwhelmed by noise, distractions, and an endless pursuit of more, simplicity offers us a refreshing alternative. It teaches us to focus on what truly matters and to let go of the unnecessary. The essence of simplicity is not about depriving ourselves or removing everything that brings us joy, but rather it's about creating space to prioritize the things that genuinely bring us happiness, fulfillment, and peace. When we embrace simplicity, we simplify our decisions, our priorities, and our daily actions. One of the most profound effects of simplicity is that it helps reduce the mental clutter that comes with trying to keep up with everything. Whether it's the pressure to own the latest gadgets, fill our schedule with endless activities, or maintain social circles we don't truly connect with, simplicity teaches us to pause and assess where we're investing our time and energy. It asks us to evaluate what serves our well-being and to let go of everything else. By doing so, we create room to breathe, to reflect, and to focus on the things that genuinely matter, rather than allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed by distractions that ultimately bring little satisfaction. Simplicity encourages us to recognize that happiness and fulfillment do not require an endless accumulation of possessions or experiences. There's a tendency in today's society to define success and happiness by what we own or how much we achieve. The more we accumulate, whether it's clothes, technology, or social obligations, the more we feel we must maintain and manage. But true contentment often arises not from having more, but from having less in a way that allows us to truly appreciate what we have. It's about choosing quality over quantity, depth over breadth. When we can find satisfaction in fewer, more meaningful things, we experience less stress and more peace. We begin to see that we don't need to constantly acquire or constantly do in order to be happy. We need to focus on the simplicity of being present with what we already have. In relationships, simplicity invites us to focus on authentic connections rather than superficial interactions. Many people go through life with a long list of acquaintances and social commitments, but not all of these relationships are meaningful. Simplicity helps us to focus on the few people who genuinely enrich our lives, those who support us, challenge us, and share in our experiences. It helps us eliminate the superficial exchanges that drain our energy and instead invest in deep, meaningful relationships. By letting go of the pressures of maintaining vast social networks, we can focus on nurturing those few important relationships that truly make us feel seen and supported. Simplicity also leads to increased clarity. When we are caught up in the complexity of daily life, we can lose sight of what's truly important. Our goals become blurred, and the things that used to bring us joy begin to feel like obligations. By simplifying, we sharpen our focus and can see what truly aligns with our purpose. The process of simplifying can be transformative, not just for our external environment, but also for our internal state. It gives us the mental space to understand what matters most to us and to align our actions with those priorities. Without the distractions of unnecessary obligations or material clutter, we can gain a clearer perspective on how to use our time, energy, and resources more effectively. Simplicity also helps us cultivate mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in each moment. In the chaos of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in multitasking, rushing from one thing to the next, and always looking ahead to what comes next. But when we simplify our lives, we create more opportunities to slow down and be fully present with ourselves and others. Instead of rushing through our meals, our work, or even conversations, we start to engage more deeply with the experience at hand. This presence of mind fosters greater connection with our surroundings, greater joy in everyday moments, and a deeper sense of gratitude for the small things that often go unnoticed. In a material sense, simplicity can also have a powerful impact on our financial well-being. Consumer culture constantly pushes us to buy more and do more, often without a second thought. Yet simplicity allows us to let go of the pressure to consume. It encourages us to recognize that we don't need to buy into every trend or purchase things we don't need in order to be happy or fulfilled. By prioritizing our spending and focusing only on what adds true value to our lives, we can reduce financial stress, increase our savings, and spend more intentionally. It shifts the focus from materialism to meaningful experiences and deeper satisfaction. Moreover, simplifying our environment has a profound effect on our mental and emotional state. We often surround ourselves with more than we need, whether it's physical clutter or mental clutter from excessive commitments. When we take the time to declutter our homes, organize our schedules, and reduce distractions, we create an environment that fosters peace and focus. A clutter-free space allows us to think more clearly, breathe more easily, and engage in the present moment without the underlying distraction of a disorganized environment. The less we have to maintain, the more time and energy we have for the things that truly matter. Simplicity also plays a role in how we manage our time. We all face the challenge of balancing work, personal life, and self-care. When we overcomplicate things, scheduling every moment, or saying yes to every request, we spread ourselves thin and leave little time for reflection or rest. Simplicity, on the other hand, encourages us to streamline our activities, focus on the essentials, and allow ourselves the freedom to say no when necessary. It teaches us that it's okay not to do everything. Instead, we focus on the most meaningful tasks and activities that add value to our lives. In doing so, we create space for rest, rejuvenation, and creativity. Purpose is the thread that ties everything together, yet for many it remains elusive. In a world filled with distractions, constant change, and competing demands, it's easy to lose sight of our purpose. However, the pursuit of purpose is at the core of living a meaningful life. And when we align our actions with a sense of purpose, everything changes. Finding our purpose doesn't require us to make grand gestures or seek validation from others. Instead, it's a personal journey of self-awareness, reflection, and connecting with what truly matters to us. Purpose often starts with clarity. Before we can act with purpose, we must first understand what we value most. This requires us to quiet the noise in our lives and look inward. It's about understanding the things that fuel us, that resonate with our core, and that bring us joy and fulfillment. When we are clear about what we truly care about, we are able to direct our energy toward activities and goals that align with these values, creating a sense of purpose that is not fleeting but enduring. Instead of chasing after the next achievement or fleeting pleasure, we focus on what aligns with our long-term well-being and deeper satisfaction. It's important to note that purpose isn't just about what we accomplish in our careers or public life. While success in our professions may contribute to a sense of accomplishment, true purpose often lies outside of traditional markers of success. The simplest acts, taking care of our loved ones, nurturing a creative outlet, helping a community, or contributing to a cause we care deeply about, can hold immeasurable meaning. In fact, it's often the small, consistent actions in everyday life that ultimately give us the most satisfaction and sense of fulfillment. Purpose does not always require dramatic or visible achievements. It often resides in quiet moments where we align our values with our actions, even in the smallest ways. Living with purpose also requires us to have a sense of direction, an understanding of the why behind what we do. It's not enough to merely go through the motions of life. Many people wake up each day and do what's required of them without considering whether their actions align with their true purpose. This approach often leads to feelings of emptiness or disconnection. On the other hand, when we are clear about our purpose, every task, no matter how mundane, becomes an expression of our deeper values. We don't just show up to work for a paycheck. We show up because our work connects to something meaningful. We don't just engage in relationships for the sake of social obligation. We engage because these relationships nurture our sense of belonging and fulfillment. The alignment between our actions and our purpose brings meaning to every aspect of our lives. Purpose is also inherently connected to resilience. When we encounter difficulties, challenges, or even failures, having a clear sense of purpose provides us with the strength to persevere. It helps us navigate setbacks with grace, understanding that challenges are not signs to quit but opportunities to grow. When we are purpose-driven, we aren't as easily deterred by obstacles or criticisms because we are anchored in something that transcends the temporary. Purpose offers us a way to frame adversity in a constructive light. We don't see hard times as roadblocks, but as part of the larger journey. It becomes easier to accept setbacks because we understand that they are simply part of the process, and as long as we remain true to our purpose, the challenges we face are only momentary. Living with purpose also encourages continuous personal growth. A life driven by purpose doesn't become stagnant or complacent, rather, it's a life that evolves with intention. Purpose is not a fixed destination, but a journey that requires ongoing self-exploration, learning, and development. We often define our purpose early in life based on our passions and what motivates us at the time, but as we evolve, so too can our sense of purpose. Purpose has the capacity to expand and adapt as we grow older, gain experience, and expand our understanding of the world. For some, the quest for purpose is lifelong, ever developing in response to new phases of life, new challenges, and new revelations. The process of pursuing purpose pushes us to continually adapt, improve, and stretch ourselves, ensuring that we are not left behind or idle, but always moving toward what brings us fulfillment and satisfaction. Having purpose is also deeply tied to our mental health. It provides a sense of stability, particularly in times of stress or uncertainty. Without purpose, life can seem like a series of disjointed events without meaning or connection. When we are uncertain or challenged, our purpose acts as a compass, guiding us through ambiguity and difficulty. People with a clear sense of purpose are better equipped to handle the pressures and stresses of daily life because they have an intrinsic reason to keep going, to keep putting in effort, and to keep showing up. They are often better at maintaining focus and not getting overwhelmed by the chaos of daily living because they have a clear understanding of where they are headed and why. In the end, purpose is what brings clarity to our choices and meaning to our existence. It allows us to create a life that feels congruent with who we are and what we stand for. The journey to discovering our purpose is unique for each individual, and it requires time, patience, and introspection. Purpose isn't something that's handed to us, it's something we uncover over time as we align our actions, values, and relationships. When we find and live in alignment with our purpose, we unlock a depth of happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment that transcends the external circumstances of our lives. Purpose is not just something we chase, it's something we grow into by staying true to our authentic selves. Happiness also comes when we embrace resilience. Life isn't smooth, it's full of setbacks, failures, and bumps along the way. But the way we respond to adversity shapes our well-being. Happiness is not about avoiding challenges, it's about how we face them, learn from them, and grow through them. It's the belief that even in the most difficult of times, there is a way forward, one step, one moment at a time. The secret, then, is this happiness isn't something we acquire. It's something we cultivate. It's a byproduct of living in alignment with our purpose, nurturing our relationships, focusing on gratitude, and having the resilience to rise after each fall. And this path isn't always easy, but it's simple. When we find joy in our journey, rather than in the destination, happiness will no longer be a distant dream. It'll be a part of who we are. Thank you.